name is Steph Castelein and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here because today I'm going to walk you through creating your own Instagram carousel using Canva. By the end of this video, you guys, you are going to have your own carousel to post to your Instagram account for your followers to help educate and add value to their lives. It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited and yeah, let's dive in for more. Now you might be wondering what an Instagram carousel is, and that's why I'm here to tell you more. Instagram lets you post up to 10 photos per post. So anytime that you've swiped, you know, on the bottom to see more of the photos, that's called a carousel. And as a blogger, it's a great opportunity to teach your audience something, to educate your audience on something, to add value for your audience. You can share products, you can share step-by-step recipes. You can take a blog post that has a list, 10 things that you bring on every road trip, and break it down into 10 different slides on your Instagram carousel, and then also lead them to your blog post saying that you can find more details in the full blog post over on my blog. So it's a great way to repurpose your content, but also add so much value for your readers. I want to show you guys a little something. This image right here, I'm also looking at it on my phone. It shows you the analytics from my Instagram account for the past 30 days. And this one specifically is looking at likes. So you can see from the past 30 days, my top post was me in a kayak, me smiling face on, me standing and smiling, me in the field, flowers, and then lastly, my Instagram carousel. So my most liked post was 128. My least one, the carousel, was 48. Kind of discouraging, but this, I want you to see this. Okay, so now this screenshot right here, this is looking at the same 30 days, the same 6 posts, but this is looking at saves. So how many people went to the bookmark and tapped it to save that post to their account so that they could reference it later? If you look at my saves, the #1 post that was saved the most with 16 was my carousel. Second is the one of me standing, and in that I actually gave 3 tips that I told people to save as well, with 5 saves, and you can see that the other 4 posts have 0 saves. And my kayaking one is second to last. I don't really know why it's second to last because they all have 0. But this is what's important, my friends. This is what you want to look at. So likes are nice, likes are showy, likes feel good, but what actually matters is what people are saving and paying attention to and engaging with and referencing later. So even though my carousel only got 48 likes, it had 16 saves, and this is just proof of why carousels can be so effective as a blogger as you're trying to engage your audience and get people to then take action and go over to your blog. This is why I'm like jumping out of my seat here. This is what I love about showing you guys the behind the scenes, because it's easy to see a blogger or someone on Instagram with 10,000 followers and think that's what, you know, that's the goals that I have. When in reality, you want engagement, you want people who are taking an action, and saves are an indication of that. Let's show you how to make your own carousel. So the first thing that I do is plan out what this looks like with a good old piece of scrap paper and a pencil. All of the carousels that I've done so far have been repurposed from my YouTube videos and from blog posts that I have in the queue. So I already have the bulk of the writing done, like I know what this carousel is going to be about, but now I just want to plan it out on this piece of paper and see what it looks like and how many I actually want. And then also having an end one that is a call to action to go visit my blog or YouTube channel. So I'm gonna go ahead and plan this out real quick and then show you how to actually make this. But make sure you do this part because it's gonna save you a lot of time when you get to Canva and you're like, wait, what's the order? What am I writing about? What does this look like? It's just gonna save you a ton of time to have it mapped out. Okay, there it is, my very official plan. Wow, the camera's a little wonky, that's okay. I have 5 different slides that I'm going to create. A beginning one that just like is super simple and shows more of, you know, what my post is about. The 3 things that I want to include because I'm doing 3 tips to improve your writing skills, and then an end screen telling them where they can find out more information for more writing tips and blogging tips. So 5 total. Here's my plan. Okay, so here's what I've written and what I've based my slides off of. So I've already done that work, like I said before this, because all my content has been repurposed. So if I go to the internet and go to canva.com. I talk about Canva all the time on my channel because I use them for almost everything. I have an affiliate link down below, so if you want to go check them out, I would appreciate if you would use that link. But what we're going to do is go to templates and go to Instagram post right here. This is going to give us the correct dimensions that we need to have a square Instagram post, as well as give us different templates that we can use. So you can go ahead and pick one that you like, or go with me in this and create your own alongside me. You can totally use what we create because the design is simple, it's easy, and it looks really good. Go ahead and use it. I would be honored if you did. So you can follow right along with me if you want. But for our specific purpose in this example of teaching, so I'm, again, sharing 3 tips to help improve writing skills. I want that first slide and kind of the rest of it to be so simple. Using this as kind of my inspiration, I'm just gonna go ahead and make my own by going up here to create a blank Instagram post. And then I can always go back and forth and reference this one and a few of the others that I liked as my kind of inspiration. So here's my blank template. What I'm gonna do is make this background color just a little bit off-white to change it just really subtly. Okay, so you can see it like that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add an element and search for square. You can see some of the different options, and to make it not so rigid, I'm going to actually use this rounded one, and it's free, you can see here, so click on it, and there it is. So I'm gonna change this to cover quite a bit of the background, because this is going to be where I'm gonna put all my text and kind of my blank white space. I'm gonna center it, and I'm actually gonna change the color to white. And then I'm actually going to change this background color again to a little bit more off-white. So you can see maybe like that. And then again, referencing the one for inspiration, I like those blobs. That's what they're called. The elements are called blobs. So if we go over here to elements and I type in blob, whoops, blog. It's because I write blog all the time. Blob, you can see different blob examples, and I can go ahead and insert any of these shapes, also manipulate them, customize them, change the color, change the size, change the angle of them, flip them if I want to. I think I can flip them. Anyway, I'm going to put this one in. You can see it there. I'm going to make it a lot bigger to hopefully cover some of that background. Let's cover a little bit more, like that. And then I'm gonna send it to the back. So position backward, and you can see it back there. I wanted to stand out a little bit more, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to my blog colors and go like that. Okay, actually I want it to be that one. I love this combination somehow. For some reason, the kind of gold-ish with the lighter pink. I don't love this pink. Let's see. There, I like that a little bit more gray. That looks great. The next thing I want to do is add in some text. Again, I'm leaving mine super simple. You could have this one, for example, like a photo or something else, a little bit more involved here if you really wanted to. But I don't think this one needs it, just 3 tips, and I want it to be super easy to see. So if I go back to my edit and I add in text over here on the left, and I scroll down past some of these because, again, I just want it to be pretty simple. Ooh, I love this one. But if I keep scrolling, let's see, get into some more of these just black and white ones. I'm gonna go ahead and go with this brunch one. Again, you can edit the text at any time. So if I wanted to, I could take this collectif, if that's how you say it, and change it to whatever, font that I want it to be. But we'll leave it like this for right now. And you can see that they're grouped together because that's what the text template does. So I'm actually gonna ungroup them, and now you can see that I can move them individually. So now I'm just gonna write 3 tips. Let's do this all in caps. 3 tips to improve your writing. Oh my gosh, WRI skills. It's hard to talk and type at the same time. Okay, let's make this bigger. So let it fit a little bit better. Again, center this. Okay, and I'll put that, yeah, that looks good. Put that right there. And I'll move this one out down here a little bit more. Honestly, I love this font and how simple it looks. Like if I read that right away, I would be able to tell what this carousel is going to be about. But my friends, I'm going to be talking about this a lot more because I've realized how important it is. You need a call to action. You can't assume that people know what a carousel is or know what to do next or know that there's more slides. So we're going to put some sort of call to action down here in this corner. I'm just going to go ahead and change this to swipe. Let's do, not caps, just swipe. I'm gonna make it a lot smaller, but also make this a little bit bigger, like 30. Yeah, that looks good. And then I'm gonna add in an arrow. So arrow. And I just want a really simple, kind of minimalistic arrow. Let's see, those are a little much. I'm actually gonna go with this one and then crop it. So we'll go with this. There's our arrow that we want. I'll make it smaller. And also crop it so that it looks like that. Maybe I'll make it a bit bigger. There we go. So like this, center that one. So I want people to swipe. I'll change the color of it. I don't know why there's two colors in it, but oh, for that and that. Okay, so I made it kind of that maroon. And if I look at it smaller, wow, 3 tips to improve your writing skills. This is looking great. Let's go ahead. I want to do one more thing. I don't know, I just feel like it looks good as a design, but I want to highlight improve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, oh yeah, elements and box again. No, not box. Well, I guess I can do box because it's right there. So I'll take this one. I would have said a square, but let's see. Oh. Actually, I can't use box because it's not letting me edit it correctly. So let's go to square. And it gives me this one. And this one I can edit. So I'm going to put this, let's see, improve. And for some reason, I've just seen it done a lot. I like to do it a little bit less than what the actual word is. See how it's not like perfectly enclosing improve. And then I go to position backward. Because if I go to back, it will put it behind these other elements. So I need to go, if I just go to undo, if I put it backward, there you go. Okay, and then now I want to change this blob color because it's the same as that one. And I kind of like that one more. There we go. Check it out. So if we're looking on Instagram, it'll look something like this. That's great. Oh, and now the arrow is the same color, so I'm going to change this too. So I'll change this one to this gold. There we go. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Next up, our second page. So let's go ahead and just duplicate the page. For this one, I'm going to put in 2 blobs. So let's go with blob again. And I don't actually mind this one if I put it down a little bit more. And then let's bring in, oh, I don't know, say this blob right here. This would be a great one to use. Make it bigger. Put it there and rotate it a bit more. And then send it to the back. And change the color. And that looks great. Okay, so let's go ahead and delete this thing. This little highlighter box. And let's type in the first tip. So 1 is, oh, and I do not like this about what Canva does when you put in 1 and that. So I always have to put in 2. Create, oh, let's caps, create before you consume. And then I'll change this back to 1 and it works just fine. So create before you consume. And you know what? I'm trying to decide here because I have more written out below each of my main points, my 3 main tips. But what I think I'm going to do is actually just keep these pretty simple and straightforward. So, you know, the main point. So create before you consume, write every day, and put your work out into the world. And then in my Instagram post, I'm going to include the details that I have written out. So I'm not going to include all that text or even part of that text. So yeah, this is going to just mostly look like this. Create before you consume. Yeah, that looks totally fine. So I'm going to go like that, and then change this to more, or maybe I'll just keep it as swipe because it looked fine as swipe. Okay, so create before you consume. Awesome. Next, duplicate page again, and I'll change some of this background. I also like the to use lines sometimes. And if you go to these three dots under an element, it shows you some of the keywords that are with it. So scribble, line, quote, decoration, quote, decor. So let's go to scribble and see what they have. Oh, cool. Okay, so there's some different options. Not bad. Let's see what this one looks like. It's white, so I'll have to change the color to, let's change it to this one and see what it comes up with. Position to back. I'll delete that blob. I'll delete that blob. And maybe add another one, so copy, paste. I just did Command V, Command C on my keyboard. Maybe I'll do a different color. So let's do this one. Position, backward. Oh, see what happens. Okay, backward, backward. Hey, let's just do all three. Command C, Command V. I'll move this one down here. And we'll do this red, pink, maroon, whatever you want to call it, to back. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so number 2 is to write, oops, in all caps, write every day. We'll center this. I keep the swipe. Check out what it looks like. Looking good. Okay, I actually just looked up every day versus every day, and yeah, that needs a space. So, whoops, not 2 spaces. There we go. Write every day. Now we're looking good. So let's go ahead and duplicate this one, and we're on to number 3. So let's say, what is this? Put your work out into the world. Put your, whoops, work out into the world. Okay, this one I need to go up a little bit more. Next to that swipe, that looks good. And let's add in, let's look at another blob. I keep writing blog. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, but it's funny. Pretty darn funny. Okay, anyway, we'll go like this. Maybe even make it a little bit bigger. We'll delete this one. And we'll, if I press shift to get to that back one, no, if I press command to get to that one, delete that one, and send this one to the back. Put it down a little. Yeah, I like it like that. I actually want it even bigger. And down. And we'll change the color to, what have I been using? Oh, yeah, we'll use gold. And that looks totally fine. That's looking really good. So if I go out, oh, I don't include a period in this one. So let's get back in a little bit, and I need a period, just to make everything look really uniform. That's why I've been using all caps on all of these, and the period, that sort of thing. And then if I go to duplicate page, I will have my last page where I give them another call to action. Remember, this is why this is so important. I want them to visit either my YouTube channel or my blog. So let's go ahead and write this in for more blogging tips. Visit. And let's make this bigger so we can actually edit it properly. Whoa, it's doing everything. That's not what I wanted. Hold on. There we go. For more blogging tips, visit. Let's make this a little bit smaller. So let's go like 80. Yeah. For more blogging tips, visit. And then let's go ahead and put, yeah, I like it like that. Oh, and maybe a little bit wider. There we go. There. For more blogging tips, visit. And then I'm going to put my name somehow. Let's take this font, Roboto, and put youtube.com/Steph Castelein. And make those small, lowercase. I'm gonna go ahead and go to Elements and find, oh, I recently used them, but I could also type in YouTube. I'll show you how to do this. YouTube, and then this is the one that I'm using. Any of these work. I'm gonna make that super, well, a lot smaller. Maybe I'll make it this bigger. Let's go to 40. Yeah, now we're talking. Let's go. I get way too pumped about this stuff, but it's so fun to like have these little successes on something that's pretty darn simple to make, and just have it look so good. So anyway, okay, small YouTube, and maybe we'll center this a little bit more, yeah, like that, and then we'll put like the blog, for example. Right now it's still Each Day Slow is my hobby blog, but in a few days I'm going to be finishing up my blogging blog, so it'll switch to that, which is simplyblognow.com. You guys know, holy cow, I haven't told anyone that. Simplyblognow.com is the name of my new blogging blog. I'm super excited, so maybe I'll put that. Simplyblognow.com. And let's see what element they have for like website. Oh, okay, that looks good. Or blog, maybe? Yeah, any of this would work. What if I did this one? Let's see. Ooh, it even has different photos that I can edit. Or, different photos, different colors that I can edit. See up here? I can edit all of these. But I actually don't mind how that looks. Spread this one out a little bit. Ooh, that's looking really good. For more blogging tips, visit. And we'll change this background blob. There we go. To, let's put this one in. So let's get rid of this one. Make this one a bit bigger. Always making them bigger. It always looks really good. Like that. Position to back. Let's go ahead and change it to one of our colors. Like, yeah, that one. And then let's put in another blob. And what about this one? Just right up in the corner. Put that in the back and change the color. And so I'm going to, that's the end, so I can delete those guys. And I'm not loving how this is looking, so let's see. Maybe I can make this a bit bigger, or even 100. No, I don't like that either. Okay, for more blogging tips, then if I just, whoops, select all of these, I could either group them or just move them down like this. Yeah, that's looking really good. Yeah, that looks totally fine. Here, if I just make this white box a little bit smaller too. Oh man. So let's center this. Where's my center? There's my center there and there. There. Like that. Then I can move these around again. So I select all of them by holding down the Shift button. So Shift, and then I click on all of the elements. Move that down a bit, move that down a bit. That looks good. One more thing I want to add real quick, and I totally recommend that you add, is a little text on the bottom identifying yourself. So you could put your blog, your YouTube channel, or just your Instagram handle down on the bottom. Let me show you how to do this. Okay, so what you're gonna do is click on, again, I like this font, so I'll just go ahead and put this in. And we'll put it in the middle, like that. And just put at Steph.Castelein. Okay, so I have that, and again, it is not centered. There we go. Centered there. Make it just a bit bigger, 35 maybe. And make this bigger and center it again. Okay, so we'll put it like this, but we might have to move it on the other ones. I don't love how this dark one, well, let's go ahead and change that then. So let's change it to the red maroon and that one to the teal. There we go. So if I just copy this, Command C, I can put it up on this one so that it looks like that. Looks nice and awesome. If I Command C this one, then it'll put it in the same place for all of these ones. So if I just go click on that and go V, Command V, Steph Castelein, Command V, Steph Castelein, Command V, Steph Castelein. Crazy. Awesome. Exciting. And you can see that these are now the carousel pages that I've created. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can also view them over here in Page Manager and see them all next to each other. So let's just proofread quick. 3 tips to improve your writing skills. Swipe, create before you consume. Write every day. Every day. Put your work out into the world for more blogging tips. And then, like I said, down below on my Instagram post, I would then elaborate on these 3 things. So what I do now is download them. So over here on the right, I just leave it as a PNG, what they suggest. You can also do a JPEG, but a PNG, I want to do all 5 pages. If I had some other ones in there that I didn't want, I could select the ones that I wanted specifically. And I just go to download. And then I usually send them to myself somehow. If you use a computer program to post on Instagram, you can just go ahead and upload them from there. But for me, I have Canva on my phone, so sometimes I just download them directly from that. Or if I go to downloads, you can see here's my 5 brunch photos. And they're not very big, so I'll go ahead and just email them to myself. And if I send them, I can go like this. Send. And if I pull up my email and go here, I can download all of these images to my phone. So download, download, 3, 4, 5. And they're all complete already. That was pretty darn easy. If I go to my Facebook, I can add them in by pressing plus. And I found that it usually doesn't save them in the order that I, created them, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I have to do is you go to the first one that you want. So 3 tips for improving your writing skills. Go to this little like layered button right here on the right. Click on that and go to the ones that I want after. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Whoa, I don't want to move that. Okay, and then I go to next. I can do any edits that I want to, but I already have it how I want to look, so this is what it will look like. And then I would just hit next. And then you just go ahead and write in the caption that you want. So for me, going back to the content that I had already created, I would maybe just email this to myself and then put it in there, and format it the way that I want it to be. And then you, tag whoever you want, add the location, go ahead and share it. Carousel post. It really is that easy, and what I love about Canva, one of the many things, is that it saves your templates from the designs that you've done in the past. So if I go back to my Canva account and I go to home, all my designs, all your designs, you can see that, well, it's still generating. It hasn't completely gone through yet, but this is what I use actually as my carousel template, what I've been using. So those are my old designs, but if I just click on this, because it's the brunch one, the one that I had, that I used in this example, you can see that here they are right there. So if I want to do another carousel, I can just copy this and continue using this format, or totally use a different template and go a different route. Wow! You guys, if you made it this far, should be able to create your own Instagram carousel in almost no time. The biggest part is creating that content right up front and then making your little plan on your scrap piece of paper and then just going in and putting all the information in. As a blogger, a lifestyle blogger, food blogger, doesn't matter what kind of blogger you are, you can add so much value to your reader's life by not only teaching them something or showing them something or creating a list of something, but also just repurposing your content, the content that you've already created. And it has a great design element, and it's part of your brand, because if you watch my recent video, I talked all about branding and creating your own color palette. So go watch that if you haven't, and you just put your colors in there. Your audience starts associating you and your blog with those colors, and like, whoo, we're onto something here, people. I did just want to show you one quick thing. If you want to include a photo in one of your carousel posts, okay, check this out. So this is what I use as my template, and you can see that these are all images that I uploaded. So if I go over here to uploads, These are just pictures that I've brought in, that I've saved in my computer. Here, let's get a little closer. This one here, this one here, this one here, this one here. These are all screenshots. So literally I just went to my, you know, whatever I was, well, here I was talking about creating that color palette, the video I just told you to watch, but I was on their website and I just wanted to show like what this looked like go to their trending color palettes. I just took a screenshot on my computer, saved it, uploaded it to Canva, put it in here, resized it a bit, shifted it how I wanted to, and it looks like that. So if you do want to include photos of yourself, that's how you would do that. And again, you can use the templates that Canva already has to create those and just kind of go based off of that design. Woohoo! We just created a Instagram carousel from scratch using Canva and just a few simple design tricks. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you learned something. I hope you go and create your own carousel posts on Instagram. And mostly, I hope you can see how you can repurpose your content. You've spent all that time creating a great blog post. Now you get a chance to put it in kind of a more digestible form and a totally different platform for a totally different audience. Let me know if you guys have any questions down below. I'm happy to help if I can. Be sure to like and subscribe. Share this video with a friend if you think someone would enjoy creating an Instagram carousel. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. We will see you soon in the next video. Bye. I always just run out of the frame. I never know what to do. Like, bye. See ya. I know, I see I can't go anywhere. Bye.